UFOs back in the news. We've been talking a lot about the UFOs on this channel. So has Tucker Carlson. So has a lot of other people out there who have been wondering what's been flying around in the skies. We don't know what it is exactly. And now we know that Barack Obama also agrees. So we've got Barack Obama today from The Guardian. He said, "I've seen the saucers." He weighs in as U.S. interest in UFOs rise. There was a 60 Minutes report on the government grudging acknowledgement of UFOs. It stirs interest across the country. So we're seeing a lot of this now. We've seen many different Navy videos, and we've covered some of them on the show. We saw the flying, looked like a weather balloon, the silver metallic, like a thumbtack looking thing. We saw something that looked like a cell. We saw something that looked like a tic tac that was sort of zipping across the screen. We saw something that looked like a blur, like an orb that was flying through the air and then just sort of went into the ocean without stopping. And the Navy went to go find that and wasn't there anymore. And so we've seen a lot of people now sort of, poking their heads up and saying, well, Navy confirms. Yeah, we don't know what that was. Pentagon confirms. Yeah, that also is a little bit concerning. Well, as I mentioned at the start of the show, there was a very sort of important bill that was passed back during the Trump administration. It was a coronavirus bill that actually had some funding to delegated to go to Congress to draft a report and provide that to Congress, detailing what is going on with these unidentified flying objects or these unidentified aerial phenomenon or these unidentified whatever. So this article says that Barack Obama now is getting involved. He says, for some time, expressing interest in an unidentified flying object was deemed mostly unacceptable in wider society. But attitudes appear to be changing in America this week, with luminaries from Barack Obama to former NBA star Shaquille O'Neal sharing their thoughts. Obama was asked about this issue of UFOs during an interview, saying that he is confirming footage and records of unidentified objects and that they exist. He says, this article says, much of the newfound and newly sincere interest in UFOs this week appears to stem from a CBS report on Sunday, with the Defense Department and the intelligence agencies due to deliver a much anticipated official report on mysterious aerial sightings next month. 60 Minutes interviewed a number of credible witnesses, including the former Navy pilot who said he had seen the unidentified aerial phenomena, the government's preferred term, every day for at least a couple of years. Okay. That prompted Obama's discussion of the aerial phenomena. He said this to CBS, "What is true, I'm actually being serious here, is that there's footage and records of objects in the skies that we don't know exactly what they are. We can't explain how they moved, their trajectory. They did not have an easily explainable pattern." And so, I think that people still take seriously trying to investigate and figure out what it is, but I have nothing to report to you today. So, former president is now sort of also agreeing. Here he is.
No, look. The truth is that when I came into office, I asked, right? I was like, all right, is there the lab somewhere where we're keeping the alien specimens in spaceship? They did a little bit of research, and the answer was no. But what is true? And I'm actually being serious here, is that there's footage and records of objects in the skies that we don't know exactly what they are. We can't explain how they moved, their trajectory. They did not have an easily explainable pattern. And so, I think that people still take seriously trying to investigate and figure out what that is. But I have nothing to report to you today.
It's okay. Yeah, and so this was kind of the same shtick that Bill Clinton gave us. If you recall, remember Bill Clinton? There's a lot of clips on YouTube about him as well, and he's a little bit more persuasive, but it's the same line. If you can actually put these side by side, it's almost the same story. Clinton went in, Bill Clinton went in and did the same shtick. He said, when I got elected, I went in there and I said, you show me the aliens and you tell me where they are. And I want to go to Area 51 and I want to do this. And he said, by God, they didn't find anything. Right. And he's charming as hell guy. And he's persuasive. And you sort of get this feeling that he did go in and look like he seems like he really did want to know, because we all want to know, right? We're all human. So you kind of watch him and you believe him. Then Obama comes out, does the same shtick. Well, when I went in there, I tried to do it. Okay. And we have no information about it, but we do know that he is acknowledging that we kind of don't know what it is, right? So is he talking about things that are being created by our military, or from a foreign military, or from a foreign world, right? Either way, it's a little bit concerning. If our military is making these things and the president's not aware of it, or he, is, if this is being honest, if you want to take that for what it's worth, but that he doesn't know what it is. Maybe it is the U.S. military and they just don't acknowledge it. We're testing this out. We got some very advanced technology, but we're just not telling you what it is. If that's us, all right, that's one reason why they're going to be playing coy about all of this. But what if it's not? What if it's the Chinese? What if it's the Russians? What if it's some, other entity or nation or organization, or, Satoshi Nakamoto, the Bitcoin guy, somebody who's just a secret evil mastermind somewhere in a volcano mountain tucked away in the depths of Afghanistan. I don't know. But it's a big deal, because we've seen the footage. We've heard from military experts. We've heard from security researchers, and nobody can really explain it. And the best thing that we got was birds. Oh, these are just birds that are flying around on infrared cameras. And the reason why you can't tell that they're birds is because they're, close to the camera, and the sensors are not made for the camera, and the bird's going down, the plane's going up. So it looks like it's doing all of these trick shot things, but it's just camera angles, and it's just infrared birds. That's all it is. So it could be that, right? Maybe it is birds. Maybe Obama and the rest of the government is trolling us. Wouldn't be the first time, it comes back out. Oh, these are just big, flying eagles soaring around the skies. At 30,000 feet. All right. So Tucker Carlson also had somebody on his show. I want to tell you a little bit more about this guy. This article is over from, I think this is from the Daily Wire, says that the right-wing Fox News host, whose most recent work has seen him dabble in anti-vaccination conspiracy theories, this is not from the Daily Wire, also saw 60 Minutes report and played a clip on his show on Monday. UFOs, it seems, are pretty much the one thing Obama and Carlson might agree on, which is why it's so weird, right? Because they're on opposite ends of the spectrum. The Pentagon admits it doesn't know what in the world this is, Carlson said, after he showed his viewers footage of the UFO. From a national security perspective, that is a very big problem, he said. As is his wont, Carlson went on to spin the issue of UFOs into a specious criticism of Biden. On Monday, O'Neill shared his experience of seeing a flying saucer with ABC when CNN interviewed a former combat pilot who told of how she had spotted a UFO off of San Diego. All right, so that's other stuff. So on Tucker Carlson's show, he had somebody on named Luis Elizondo. Okay, Luis Elizondo came on the show, and he did about a 7-minute segment with Tucker, and they were talking all UFO stuff. And so I want to show you who this guy is. Pretty interesting stuff. There was a program from the United States government called Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program. And it was an unclassified but unpublicized investigatory effort funded by the U.S. government to study UFOs, or explain UAP, unidentified aerial phenomena. The program was first made public in 2017, began in 2007. So for 10 years, sort of was operating with a funding of $22 million until the appropriations were ended in 2012. The program began under the U.S. Intelligence Agency. According to the DoD, it ended in 2012 after 5 years. However, reporting suggested that the U.S. government programs to investigate UFOs continued. This was confirmed in June 2020 with acknowledgement of a very similar military program, unclassified, but again, previously unreported, called the Unidentified Aerial Phenomenon Task Force. So the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program becomes the UAPTF, and a group including Luis Elizondo, who was the AATIP program director, founded a public benefit corporation named To the Stars Academy of Arts and Science. So the leader of this organization, the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, is this guy, Luis Elizondo. And so, he used to work for the government. He was part of this program, and the program has been around for a long time. Began in 2007. First made public 2017, appropriations ended in 2012, got rolled into another program called the UAP Task Force, the Unidentified Aerial Phenomenon Task Force. So this guy's been around the block, right? That's a little bit of background on him. You can decide whether he's credible or not for yourself, but here he is, and a little bit of framework on this. So this is near the end of the interview. They go through the whole interview. Tucker Carlson's asking him questions, and before we get to this clip, Tucker asks him something about, Is there any material? Have you recovered anything? You know, you've been involved. Does the U.S. government have any downed Roswell spacecraft or any, alien body parts or anything like that? This gentleman, here's his answer.
Tucker, the United States government is in possession of exotic material, and I'll leave it at that. More analysis needs to be done. There's enough uniqueness about it where it demands additional analysis, additional expertise, and thankfully there are pockets in the U.S. government that are willing to have the conversation and conduct the analysis. I'm not going to say those right now, what those elements are, because I'm worried, frankly, for the same type of reprisal that I'm facing currently. But there are pockets of people that are willing to do the right thing, and fortunately, these individuals are patriotic and willing to do the job.
All right, so even if the government doesn't tell us what the heck's going on, this guy, Luis, says that there are some good people inside who will. They're going to disclose and sort of continue to leak some of this information. We've already seen this slow drip of this leak. I mean, like this image, right? I'm not sure that these are actually even leaks. I think that the Pentagon is now being a little bit more open, responding to FOIA requests, and when the leaks do happen, they're actually confirming them. So we'll see where it goes. We've got a report scheduled to come out in June. Of course, we're going to cover the hell out of that. So we want to make sure that you're here. Would love a subscribe. Would love a like, a thumbs up, and a comment if you are so inclined. Let's take a look at some questions. First one in the house comes from Sharon Quidney, and again, these are all come over from watching the watchers.locals.com, and our Rumble address is down there as well. Sharon Quidney in the house says, it's true that there are some unknown aerial phenomena. Doesn't mean that they are, quote, space aliens. If they were aliens from outer space, why are they just flying around and not landing and taking over? Why would they be interested in us, anything other than a potential food source? Look, if these are aliens, their technology to get here is centuries at least ahead of ours. It just doesn't make any sense. I think you're right on that, Sharon. I think you're right. Are these really little space aliens flying around, or is it just our useless, worthless, lying, rotten government just not telling us the truth? Which one's more likely? Did some super advanced alien technology from 50 billion light years away create some faster than light travel that our physics tells us doesn't exist, and they just have super advanced levels of intelligence and they just got here and they're just poking around the skies? Or our government is filled with a bunch of jerks who lie to us? Which one is more likely? I think I have an answer. NY Renal MD is in the house, says, one good thing about Biden being president, does anyone think he will shut his mouth if they really know about aliens? Oh, maybe maybe that's why they hurry him along so much, right? Maybe they're just waiting for him to blurt out any, just reveal the truth to all of us all. Just hurry him along. Keep the face mask on. Nadar Blasier says, which is more likely, Project Bluebeam or the DOD telling the truth? I'll go with Project Bluebeam for $1,000. I don't know what that is. Project Bluebeam? We're going to have to take a look at that. Is that a secret alien program? And our last question of the day says, if we're busy worrying about aliens from outer space, we won't be so worried about things like hyperinflation, eradication of our civil liberties, and other things. Yeah, it's a good point. And, I think that's kind of where this is going. I think they all know it's not aliens, but it is certainly fun to talk about. It's kind of fun to get in touch with your inner child. And maybe one day, right? We're just little, look, we all think that we're very smart and we know physics and all this stuff, but we are just a bunch of big farm animals banging into each other on this planet. And so if space aliens can figure out how to travel faster than life and, jump through wormholes, and they can cross dimensions, and they understand the multiverse and string theory, and they can just kind of hop around and move forward and backwards in time, and, well, maybe they are here. I don't know. It sounds more fun than a bunch of lying bureaucrats. But anyways, we'll get there one day, maybe. Otherwise, we'll just upload ourselves to the cloud. We have, I want to welcome some people over to Locals. Welcome to Kincaid. We got one sign up yesterday. Welcome, Kincaid. Appreciate you being here. We're grateful that you are there. And so Kincaid's not alone. Maybe you want to sign up too. There's a lot of good stuff you can get over there if you do. And I want to thank the people who asked great questions today. You know who you are up on the board there. Hey, quick reminder. I don't know if you saw this, but I'm going on Ricada Law. We're going to be chatting tonight at 9 p.m. 9 p.m. Arizona time. So that's 11 p.m. Central, which is midnight, I think, Eastern time. So he is back East Central time, I think. And so we're going to be on his channel. Go check that out. You probably know who he is already. Kind of a big deal. Rekieta Law at 9 p.m. Arizona time, which is Pacific time, going to be 11 p.m. So I'm going to go home, have something to eat, and then we're going to be on Rekieta Law. We're going to be streaming with him, and I'm looking forward to that. So please go check that out. Give him some love and support. Subscribe over there, and we'll see you there in a couple hours. Also at watchingthewatchers.locals.com, you can download a copy of my book. You can for free. You can download these slides for free that we just went through today. Copy of my impeachment party document, as well as my existence systems. You can share links throughout the day and meet great people. Other quick reminder that tomorrow, oh my goodness, tomorrow, Saturday, May 22nd. I'm so excited. We're going to have our first monthly locals meetup. So everybody from the locals community, if you want to come and say hello, tomorrow is the time to do that, 7 p.m. Eastern time, which is going to be 4 p.m. Arizona time. We're going to be on there for 1 hour. Cameras off is okay. If you don't want to show your face, no problem. Hopefully we hear from you, though, because it's going to be boring if I talk to myself. But you can register for that if you're a member at Locals. There's a pinned note there, and you can just go and register. We'll see you tomorrow. Super excited about that. That should be fun. And then we'll see you on June 12th for a law enforcement interaction training seminar where we're going to talk about how to deal with the police. Everybody knows that you're supposed to remain silent, but what happens when you're really put under the gun there? Pun intended. What do you do? How do you handle that? We're going to talk about it. There's a lot of different ways to sort of unpack that meatball. We're going to do that all on Saturday, June 12th. So register or don't register yet because the link's not there. I'm going to post that this weekend. So just go join Locals. Then you'll know where to go from there. All right. And so that's it from me, my friends. I want to thank you so much for being with us all this week. Had a lot of fun, a lot of good stuff to talk about. We are, before we get out of here, want to remind you that we are a criminal defense law firm in Scottsdale, Arizona. That's what we do on a daily basis. We have a whole team of people here. I know I'm on YouTube a lot, but that's what we do. We're boots on the ground, day in and day out, helping good people facing criminal charges find safety, clarity, and hope in their cases and in their lives. We're very good at what we do. We can help people with a whole range of criminal charges, criminal cases, misdemeanors, DUIs, felony cases, traffic cases, old warrants. If you want to restore your rights, the ability to possess a firearm again, or go and apply for or restore your rights so you can vote again, apply for federal benefits. There's a lot that we can do. I can't even spit it all out. So much that we can do to help. And we're excited about it. And so if you happen to know anybody in the state of Arizona who is in need of some of those services, we can help. We love it. We're very good at it. And we offer free case evaluation. So we have a whole team here in Scottsdale. If you want to come on in, we'll make sure that you leave our office better than you found us. We'll give you a copy of my book, and we'll make sure you have a plan. So if you happen to know anybody who needs some of that help, we have some links in the description below. You can schedule online or just give our office a call. We'll do our very best to make sure that you leave in a good spot. We'll do everything we can to help. So that is it from me, my friends. We are going to get out of here. I'm looking for my camera lens so that I can close the camera off before we wrap up out of here. That is it, my friends. Here it is. I'm going to see you back here, same time, same place next week. I want everybody to have a very tremendous, lovely weekend, get a lot of rest, unplug from politics a little bit, because we're going to be back ready to go on Monday. It's going to be at 4 p.m. Arizona time. Then it's going to be at 5 p.m. Mountain, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. East Coast for that one Florida man. Everybody, have a tremendous weekend. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye. I'll see you at 9 p.m. Arizona time on Rekieta Law. Now, bye-bye.